Texas as the Mavericks prepare to take the court. For the Dallas Mavericks, they won their last contest, that game against the Rockets in Houston.
They were good in a lot of areas in that game, but what allowed them to run away with it was the offensive work. I mean, they were really impressive at that end.
Steve, they had a pretty easy time of it on the offensive end of the floor. There's no denying that.
Look at the State Farm starting five. Here's Houston's opening lineup. Garrett, he's in at point guard. Odom out there with Marion. Then there's Glenn Davis, and it's Allen in at the 2. On for Dallas. Kidd and Terry on. They're manning the backcourt. Dirk Nowitzki and Tyson Chandler in the middle. And it's Butler in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Kidd. Garrett gets called for the reach. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Kidd. Left side Kidd. Stolen. Here's Marion, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Marion's got the game going with his first points of the game for the Rockets. Here's Terry. And Allen picks him up defensively. Terry outside. Nowitzki. Over Allen. Nowitzki, no good. So it's Houston now. Last time they met in Houston.
Well, if they're going to avoid losing to this team like they did last meeting, they're going to have to do a better job rotating guys in and out and staying fresh because they really did not use their bench, and it came back to haunt them.
Now here's Kidd. 11 points for him in that last game against the Rockets in Houston. Terry kicks to Kidd. From the top of the key, it's Butler that time on the assist by Kidd. And just a touch again on Steve's point, they had real problems dealing with the bench in the last loss.
I'd agree with you. I mean, it was the biggest issue for them. And like you said, Steve, they're going to have to go deeper into their own bench this time around.
Chandler with the rebound. On defense, the Rockets. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
They really cashed in on all the fouls they drew. It was a very physical game, and they used it to their advantage.
Steve, I like the fact they didn't mind mixing it up a little bit, did they? I mean, they certainly kept the refs occupied and busy.
First personal foul, 2 seconds.
That one is off. He hits the second from the line. He had 34 points in the win against Sacramento. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Kevin, I had a chance to talk to head coach Rick Carlisle. He said the cooperation on the offensive end has to be first rate to get it done tonight. He told me, I don't want to see guys taking it on themselves to score all our points. I want everybody in on the act. Sharing the ball is key, guys.
Okay, Doris, thanks. So Clark and Steve, they'll be focusing first and foremost on their offense today.
And I guess what they're thinking, guys, is if they can get going at that end of the floor, it'll carry over to the defensive end.
Well, that's generally the way it works. I mean, offense feeds your defense and vice versa. But if you can bring energy and score points early, that's going to be a huge help for this club today.
Here's Garrett. Terry against Allen. 5 to shoot. Kidd is whistled for reaching in. That's his first foul.
First personal foul, 2 seconds.
Odom on the wing. Defended by Butler. It's Allen on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Houston needs to get a shot off. Over Terry, and Houston again with the bucket.
That time he found the gap in the defense to turn that one into a very easy jump shot, a warm-up jumper, if you will.
It's intercepted. Shot is no good. Some solid defense from Butler. Here's Dallas. Butler on the wing. Terry outside. Another steal.
So a couple of poor possessions now in a row consecutively. Both times turnovers. That's not productive basketball. That's not winning basketball.
No, Clark, you know, you start stringing errors back-to-back together, you lose all momentum in this game.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Haywood comes in for Chandler. And Barea subbed in for Jason Kidd. Chuck Hayes, he's checked in for the Rockets. Pattier comes in for Sean Marion.
You know, he got a fingertip on it, but not enough to control the pass coming in that fast.
Another steal.
You know, Kevin, they've just continued to turn the ball over to give it away. They just can't afford to keep playing this way.
No, not if they're going to come back and win this game. I mean, taking care of the ball has to be priority number one.
Allen, Terry covering. Pulls up on the wing. Again, the Rockets score.
Well, they've done a lot of their damage from mid-range here, guys. I mean, knocking down those shots with regularity.
Yeah, how about 8 of their last 10 points, guys, coming off that mid-range area jump shot. So, shows you don't have to be at the rim to score.
Rockets on offense. They're on an 11-3 run. He feeds it to Allen. Caron Butler covering. And Allen is good for 3.
For 3.
Allen's got 7 points in the game. Mavericks trailed by 10, and Dallas calls their first timeout of the game.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
And a brief moment now to see who's atop the NBA in team free throws. Second, the Mavericks.
You don't want to send this team to the line. They've been solid all season. And coaches have to ask themselves, is it worth it to foul these guys? They're excellent from the stripe as a team. Not just a couple of guys. Their whole team makes foul shots.
Gets it to go. 8 points for Butler.
He's feeling it here to start the game. That's 3 out of 4 already.
And slammed down hard. Another look on the Sprite Slam Cam.
They have wasted no time building this lead. They've been solid at both ends.
Yeah, they look really focused and ready, intense, together, composed. I mean, they've been hot out of the gate.
Barea kicks to Nowitzki. And a miss there on the triple.
Defense didn't give him any space there.
Elbow shot. Second shot opportunity. The shot's good from Hayes.
You know, if their plan was to keep going inside a ton, it sure has paid off. I mean, it seems like every bucket they get is in the lane.
Well, no reason to take an outside shot if you're scoring at will from inside the paint.
Now, here is Haywood. Terry, the pass to Haywood. Back to Terry. Just his first attempt. Rebound by Ray Allen.
He thought he made that one.
He sure did. I mean, it was an excellent look. It just didn't go down.
Terry grabs the board. Mavericks trailed by 12. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
You see the benefit of knocking down baskets consecutively because it leads to the confidence growing and growing, doesn't it, Steve?
It sure does. And now it's to the point where they just... And you have to like the way they've started out offensively.
Yeah, I like the way they've put together basket after basket, consecutive hoops, and as a result, they've put together a nice lead here.
And Nowitzki backs in. Barea kicks to Terry. It's stolen by Allen.
Well, credit the defense, but you've got to be more careful with the ball.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Rockets on top, up by 11.
Well, the thing they tried to establish right away.
The playoff picture takes shape. It's crunch time of the NBA season. Rudy Gay and the Memphis Grizzlies go up.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. Garrett in at point guard. Marion is out there with Arthur. Then it's Evan Turner, and it's Davis in at the 5 down low. 6 to shoot. The shot no good, and Dallas the other way. And they're pushing it up. The dish now to Brewer. Off target with his 3.
Boy, the defense just backing off, begging him to take that shot.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Well, that should be a rule. No layups. Protect the paint. Make them earn every point.
Yeah, I think that's just tough, hard-nosed, smash-mouth basketball. Make your opponent earn their points from the line. Don't give up any layups.
Ripped away. Here's Garrett. And here is Kidd. Looking for his first bucket of the game. Davis gets the whistle for blocking. That's foul number 2 for him.
Nice job offensively, going right at the defender who did not have position to take that charge.
Yeah, that's a smart play. He actually saw that and initiated the contact and got the whistle in his favor.
Outside Kidd. Chandler with the screen on Marion. Nowitzki for 3.
Still shooting well from beyond the arc here. And the only way that continues is if they make sure that the shots they get from behind the arc are off of ball movement and player movement and not off the dribble.
Another steal. Here's Garrett. He lays it in. He's got 15.
I like the way he attacked the mismatch, using his speed to get that shot off.
Definitely, I agree. I mean, sometimes it forces you to be a bit more creative in that situation.
Dallas calls timeout.
Well, he's had enough of that lackadaisical defense. They've got to help on penetration and deny all of these points in the paint.
These players have excelled at setting up their teammates this month. The 2K leaderboard shows up.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Kidd. The feed now to Nowitzki. Free throw line jump shot. And a great assist by Kidd as that one goes in.
Man, is he hard to defend. You play him one way, he'll just go the other.
And he flushes it through. Sprite slam cam with the replay.
The defense just swung wide open for him there. Easy shot.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they didn't put up any resistance at all.
Another steal. Allen dishes to Jefferson. And another 3 for Houston.
They're hovering around 50% for the game in three-pointers. That's pretty good. But they've really elevated here in the second quarter.
Terry outside. Back to Nowitzki. Jefferson on him. Good ball movement. The 3 from Beaubois. Rebounded by Battier. Rockets leading by 21. There's the triple. Here's Turner. Nice second effort. Good job staying with it.
Now, a second chance sometimes make a huge difference in a game like this.
Here is Kidd. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Outside Terry. And a great assist by Kidd as that one goes in. Kidd's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Garrett kicks it out to Allen. No good on the 3. And here are the Mavericks now by himself. And there's Jason Terry on the assist by Nowitzki. 8 points for Jason Terry.
Probably time to bring an extra defender, change up the defense a little bit.
Well, Steve, he's been so good. I think they got to take the ball out of his hands right now.
Garrett is tagged with the reach. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's 2 fouls now here in the first half, so we'll see if they let him try to play through it.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Tyson Chandler, who's checked in for Beaubois. Fernandez comes in for Jason Terry. And Barea subbed in for Jason Kidd. The Rockets also changing it up. Glenn Davis is checked in for Allen. Odom comes in for Shane Battier. And it's Marion in for Evan Turner.
Well, he took that one to the rack with some perk.
I'll say beautiful dunk there, Steve.
Yeah, how about the agility? Yeah, just the power and the skill, impressive.
Now Barea. The finger roll finish at the bucket. Barea's got his first 2 points of the night. Rockets leading by 18. This one for 3. And that's collected by Butler. 32 seconds left to play in the first half. And so a pretty lopsided game to the first half. And we'll be back in just a moment.
Thanks for joining us this Tuesday night. In Philadelphia, the 76ers take the win.
Welcome back, everyone, to 2500 Victory Avenue here in Dallas, Texas, as we return to the action. So it's Houston now. Earlier, they held a 23. Oh! Now let's take a look at it once again with our Spike Slam Cam.
Good job there. No hesitation taking the ball right to the rack.
You know what, guys? Always the best plan in that situation.
Outside Kidd. Fires for three. Rockets with the rebound. Allen outside. Let's go. Again, the Rockets score. Here's Terry. He's got 8. He dishes it to Butler. Outside Kidd. Ball stolen.
Boy, that's an empty possession when you're that loose. Well, that's a dunk you will not see very often. You won't pass that one by.
No doubt about that.
I wish he would, though. Can never see too many of those.
Here's Terry, averaging 16 points a game. Defended by Allen. Terry against Allen. From the arc. Shot by Terry, no good. Rockets leading by 22. He's got 23. That's blocked. Right side, Terry. Goes straight up, and he lays it straight in. Terry's got 10 points.
They are bringing the intensity defensively.
And that's what full court man-to-man's all about, intensity and focus.
Goes up, shakes off the strong D, and gets the bucket for 2. Terry's got 4 points this quarter. Here's Marion. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Now, he's one of the best in the league when it comes to executing that lead pass.
Outside Kidd. Terry outside. Launches a 3. Good, and the assist to Kidd. Kidd's got 5 assists in the game. Here's Garrett. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. They get Jason Kidd.
And last season, the NBA really stepped up its efforts to try to curb player arguing. And they doubled the fines for technicals. They started calling more and more T's on players for overt gestures. So the players really had to respond and adapt.
The Mavericks making a switch here. Brewers checked in. Kidd passes to Nowitzki. Terry outside. 6 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Allen.
Now the defender was so close.
I tell you right now, that one there gets you a 50 at the dunk contest. Perfect score.
Yeah, maybe he thought he was in the dunk contest.
It sure looked like it. That was kind of a special occasion dunk, guys.
Dallas calls timeout.
You got to keep everybody on the same page. They need to get their heads together. That's the goal.
With a break in the action, let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been dialed in defensively this month. The Rockets number 1.
Kevin, who says that good defense isn't fun to watch? This has been impressive. The last few weeks, they've been able to get after it and be active and come up with more steals than normal.
And Terry up top, defended by Allen. From deep. And again, Jason Terry for 3. Terry's got 18 points.
6 points in short order. 2 straight from deep. That's what can happen with the 3 ball.
Yep. The defense just swung wide open for him there. Easy shot.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they didn't put up any resistance at all.
Here's Kidd, looking for his first bucket of the game. Now, here's Brewer, guarded by Marion. Nowitzki, and another basket for Dallas. He has 29. Dunks it down.
Now that's a special order right there.
Not everybody can cap off a dunk like that.
Yeah, very difficult maneuver, but a tremendous one if you can pull it off.
Chandler outside. Picked up by Davis. 5 on the clock. Now here's Brewer. He's covered closely. Goes back up. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Lamar Odom picks one up. The free throw drops for Kidd. And the Mavericks with some changes. Brendan Haywood, he's checked in for Chandler. Scola comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And Rudy Fernandez is subbed in for Corey Brewer. And then for Houston, Arthur comes in for Lamar Odom.
Oh! Boy, he hung him out to dry that time. A terrific reverse.
You can't help but be amazed by that dunk.
Man, that's one to remember, huh?
Turner with the steal. And they're running. Goes up. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
That is hang time, ladies and gentlemen. We call that helium. Yeast rises and helium floats.
Style and grace and cooking from Special K.
And a little bit of strength thrown in there too, Clark.
You know, with very little defense there, that's a shot he should be taking and making.
He has 35. Here's Garrett. Trains the three-pointer. He has 38 in the game.
They have no answer for him. He's just putting on a dominant display of offense.
Dallas calls timeout.
This run a definite concern. They've lost all momentum. They need to try to sort this out right away.
We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You look at Houston. They're in control of the #1 seed, looking to finish out the season strong. And checking out Dallas, right behind them.
You know, right now for the Mavericks,
Chuck Hayes, Paul George, Earl Boykins. Substitution on the court.
Here's Bobo.
And you know, guys, shoot-arounds have been a tradition in the NBA for a long time, but in recent years, a lot of teams have decided to eliminate shoot-arounds or make them later in the day based on scientific studies about proper sleeping habits.
And the basket by Scola. And so in the game for the Rockets, Garrett, he's in at the point. Glenn Davis out there with Odom. Then there's Marion, and it's Jefferson in at the shooting guard position. You know, the other thing about eliminating morning shoot-arounds, the research said that having players on a later schedule is actually a good thing.
you know, Kevin, you think about it. I mean, normally you have your most energy in the middle of the day, but most games are played at night. So if you're on a later schedule, it's probably a way for players to have a little more energy at tip-off as long as they take advantage of being able to come in later.
Nowitzki for 3, and Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 4 rebounds in this game. He's guarded by Stevenson. No good. And Dallas the other way.
Well, he turned a high percentage shot into a low percentage shot by trying to go to the fadeaway.
Oh, mercy! Hammers the alley-oop through.
Great lob, great catch, perfect execution on the alley-oop.
And not just with any old finish either. The big stuff.
Yeah, little something for everybody, Kevin.
Now Davis. Jumps up. And Scola pulls it down.
Terrific defense at the rim. They got right in his path.
You know, that's part of what great defenders do. They get not only in your path, but in your head a little bit, too.
Well, you see so many great European players in the league now, and one of the things the NBA has talked about in the past is creating a 5-team division in Europe, and obviously a lot of logistical hurdles involved, but wouldn't that be interesting?
And Davis puts it in.
And he places so much emphasis on his rebounding at both ends of the floor.
Beaubois with the ball. Defended by Jefferson. They get it back. Chandler. And he drops it in following the offensive rebound.
You don't need much range to hit from that distance, Kevin.
Here's Garrett. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Nowitzki's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Just to get back to that idea of the NBA teams in Europe, the idea would be that teams here in the U.S. would fly to Europe and play all 5 teams twice. And then they'd be done with their international obligations.
I tell you what, that would be one monster of a road trip, not only in terms of miles, but also in terms of culture and experience. I mean, there's challenges as well, time zones with regard to broadcast times. You know, U.S. players might not want to play abroad. I think overall it could be a really exciting development, but a lot of questions yet to be answered.
2 minutes left.
4 on the clock. Blocked. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Mavericks
A different look. 40 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Garrett gets the reach-in call. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, he'll head to the line for 2.
Not a good foul there. You've got the lead. You don't want to stop the clock in this situation.
Steve, SMH, man, shaking my head on that one. I'm sure he's going to hear about that from the coach.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Nowitzki comes in for Chandler. And it's Terrian for Corey Brewer. And the Rockets also making a change here. Chuck Hayes, he's checked in for Ray Allen. Stolen by Terry.
What a great defensive play. They are piling up the steals.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Garrett. He goes up again. No good at the rim.
I tell you what, against one of the best finishers, that's exactly the kind of defense you need to play.
And here's Barea. Dallas, no good that time either.
Yeah, again, if the shot selection there, defender draped all over.
Well, you got to understand who's guarding you in that situation. I mean, if he's on you tight, you can't just rise up and try to shoot over the top.
So we see the Rockets taking the win here. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these guys played a great all-around basketball game here.
That about does it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying so long and thanks for watching. Now, here is our Jordan Player of the Game.
Your teammates were raving about your overall level of play in tonight's win. Did you feel like your strong performance ultimately led the team to victory?
I felt like I played a pretty good game. It's nice to hear that kind of praise coming from my teammates because their opinions mean a lot more to me than what I typically get from the media. No offense, you guys. And I'd say my play tonight was certainly a contributing factor, but there's a lot more that goes into a win than just what I'm doing.